Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, back with another Elite Dangerous video, and today I'm taking a look at the two most important community goals we've ever had. This week we were given two community goals by two different engineers, Professor Palin and Liz Ryder, and they're asking for Thargoid materials and Guardian relics amongst other more conventional commodities. What makes these community goals so important is that these commodities will be used for the construction of both anti-Thargoid weaponry and scanners. The reason this community goal needs to succeed is that the higher the tier of the community goals when it finishes, the wider spread the availability of the components will be to purchase. For example, the tier 1 limited the distribution of the scanners made by Palin to a single type of ground installation. The community goal is currently at tier 3 and the components will be available at military, high-tech and industrial planetary bases, with higher tiers unlocking other locations. There's also a monetary reward. The other community goal for Liz is also on the same tier and reward level. These community goals do raise some interesting questions though, such as will these components be available to those who don't own Horizons? And if not, will this affect their interaction with the Thargoids? Will it simply make them something to avoid, or make them more difficult to actually handle? One of the key discussion points around non-Horizon players and Horizon owners is that they have very different opportunities when it comes to player and story interaction. Even in-game money making leaves Horizon owners with a great advantage. Many players have a concern that interactions will be hidden behind this paywall, or the success of combat interactions will become a pay-to-win scenario. To take part in these community goals, you will need to sign up for them as normal in a station, and then go to either the Thargoid structure on a planet, collect the required items, and these are typically held inside the bases, so I do recommend you take an unknown artifact or probe with you to get one. Corrosive cargo racks from Professor Palin are also advisable if you have access. Now when you're there, you may also get offered a mission by Professor Palin as you approach one of the sites, requesting for some of the items and a nice little reward in there as well. If you're completing the community goal for Liz Ryder, then you will need to head to one of the many Guardian sites and shoot them down from the pylons which pop out of the ground. The other option you have is to carry out the more conventional aspect by doing trade runs from stations holding the required components. An interesting thing about the Liz Ryder side of the community goal is that the missiles we appeared to have seen during the most recent cinematic are made using Guardian technology. I was very interested to see how FDev was going to further connect the Guardians and the Thargoids, especially after the reaction of the Thargoid machinery to the Guardian relics. Are relics actually an ancient weapon left behind for us to use, or are we just taking advantage of an explosive power source enclosed? With the community goal set to end on the 28th of September, I personally think it's quite unlikely we'll get our hands on these modules and weapons on the day of launch of 2.4 on the 26th of September. Or maybe we will. The reason I consider this community goal to be so important is that it will, for the first time, directly influence where ship weapons and modules will be available and how widely spread. I would also imagine this is the first of many anti-Thargoid technologies that will become available to us. There is no mention of the countermeasures showcased during the cinematic, and to me this would be a concern as a pilot who is expecting to enter combat with a superior foe who has the ability to shut down my ship controls. Not long to go now though, Commanders, and the launch is only a couple of days away. I do encourage you to do your part in the community goal and help protect humanity. As usual, I'm going to ask you for your opinions and thoughts down in the comments section, and let me know what you're going to be doing when 2.4 drops. So, I'm going to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and whilst you're there, please turn on notifications. That way you get an alert every time I put a new video out. Also, whilst you're there, please consider becoming a patron. It's a great way to help support the channel and help me to provide you with good quality content. Once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.